piece I've written or a play I've written or go slightly mad or something, but I'm not doing any of that today, so hopefully it makes any sense. I call it stand-up, but I don't think it'll be funny enough, so to prove it, I'm going to sit down. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I wasn't going to do anything today. I've been in the play, and I'm busy, but last night I had a dream that made me realize I probably should talk about this. So, in my dream, is anyone here nerdy enough to watch Big Bang Theory? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good. A few of you. Okay, so I'm like obsessed with it, and this whole thing is about how nerdy I am. And in my dream, Jim Parsons, is that his name? The guy who plays Sheldon, yeah? He came, he was at this thing I was going to. I don't even remember what it was anymore. And he was sitting there. I was like, oh my God, it's Jim Parsons. And so I was like going up to him. I was like, I have to get his autograph. And I don't have a camera, but I have to get his picture with me, maybe on my phone or something. And then I went up to him and I was like, hi, Jim Parsons. And he was like, hi. And then he decided to half be Jim Parsons and half be Sheldon. And he was like, you know, I would talk to you, but you're just not quite that thin enough. And I was like, thank you, Sheldon. And then I started like poking him to annoy him. He was like, stop touching me. Well, this would never really happen on Big Bang Theory, but the fact that I had some sort of weird fantasy about meeting Jim Parsons and being insulted by him made me think about the fact that I am really nerdy. But I'm not embarrassed about that, as Gilbert once said in Revenge of the Nerds. Hi, I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it. And it's true. So, I was thinking about all the things that I do, and like, well, I can't even think of them all right now, but I'm trying to think. Well, for instance, okay, so in math class in high school, there's this guy who sat near me, Jeffrey Osborne. He was like really weird himself. He used to try to convince people that he was Ozzy Osbourne's son. And so once during a fire drill, he like made himself a crown out of grass and like put it on his head. So, like he was, you know, we got along really well. And we were talking, and you know, this was the year that the third Star Wars movie was coming out, and I had this whole dilemma because I wanted to wear an Obi-Wan robe because I'd been Yoda before, and but I didn't. All they had were those stupid like polyester ones, and I wanted like one that looked real, you know, like that sort of burlap stuff. I couldn't find one, and I was like not gonna wear one that wasn't real, so I was gonna like make one. Well, that comes later. But anyway, we were talking, and one day he was like, "Did you ever notice that the Empire always shoots green, but they have red lightsabers, and the rebels are the opposite?" And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right, I wonder what that means. And then we were talking about that. Anyway, this Obi-Wan robe, so for years and years and years, I never got it. I never went to the movies with that. I mean, I went to it, but I didn't go with that robe. Oh yeah, same guy. So at the prom, after I saw the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, Jeffrey, I saw the movie, it was amazing. And he was there with his girlfriend, and he was like, yeah. Apparently he was trying to pretend he wasn't nerdy in front of his girlfriend. I'm not sure, but apparently I blew his cover. I felt really bad. But anyway, so yeah, this robe. So what I got for Christmas finally, I gave up trying to make it. I went to fabric stores. I could never find the right fabric. Once I found a remnant, but it was too small to fit me. You know, it was just a little square. And so this Christmas, what I got for my Christmas present was a really like nice Obi-Wan robe. It's not quite coarse enough, but it's thick. It has the melon like hood thing, you know. So I wore it around all the time. My sister said I looked like I was from a cult. You know, like Midnight Madness parties for Harry Potter were the best. My favorite was when I was walking to Barnes & Noble and somebody was like, look, Harry Potter loonies! And I was like, yeah, you know, I know it's really bad when I realize that one of my biggest TV crushes is Wesley Crusher. Does anyone even know who that is? Okay, so thank you. So Star Trek Next Generation, he's the little like kid on the show, and he's like a genius, and he's a really goody two-shoes, but like I don't know, I associated with him because he worked so hard and he like didn't, I don't know, it was just, I couldn't help it, and every time, even to this day, I guess now it's getting a little creepy, I'm not 16 anymore, but whenever I have a dream that's like, I'm really in love with somebody, it's always Wesley Crusher, and I can't figure out why. The last one, I had him crawling around my kitchen floor trying to pick stuff up, and then I like fed it to him. I don't know what this means. And this isn't perhaps nerdy as much as strange, but I suppose I can end by the fact that I think the main orgasm I've ever had was in a evangelical Southern Baptist church I was seeing a children's Christian play, and they had this little thing with lambs, and like there's this little kid romping through the lambs. Okay, I'm not a pedophile. I wasn't into the kid, but I have this thing for Art Garfunkel for when he was young, and I just had this image of Art Garfunkel with lambs, and I was like, oh, and my sister was like, what? Because like our neighbor had this. So yeah, let's just end there. But anyway, that's it was supposed to be called my confession. So yeah, that's me. Okay, thank you. That's